My name is Anna Zhang, and I'm proud to be one of your MCs today for our Year 13 graduation. Please stand for the official party and remain standing until after the karakia.
A warm welcome to all our parents, honoured guests, members of the senior management team, the deans of our school, the Year 13 form teachers, teachers in the audience, and of course you, the graduating Year 13 students for 2012. Firstly, thank you to Wiremu Tai Tin for the karakia, and to the saxophonists for the opening piece, The Gospel Truth by Lenny Niehaus. This is my first year as level coordinator, and I feel privileged to have the best coordinator position in dealing with Year 13s, and even luckier still to have had such an outstanding group of students to work with this year. I'm sure you have all been counting down the days to this event, your final hurrah at school. You know what? We have been too. When I sat and thought about what to speak about today, I thought through my options. Number one, a funny, amusing rendition. Number two, something inspirational, thought-provoking. Or number three, just talking about my favourite recollections of the year. And I chose number three. For me, it all started in late January. I stepped off a plane after attending a special 80th birthday party in the UK with my real mum, Liddy, straight into the Year 13 administration day. Still lacking in sleep and enjoying the delights of jet lag, we were off in two coaches to Kiwi Lakes. The idea of taking 106 17-year-old students to camp under the stars in a shared public campsite can be a little worrying. What can go wrong? What might we have to deal with? What are we thinking? But, you know, I was proud of you all. Exemplary behaviour, a complete lack of sunstroke. I met every one of you and talked about your goals and aspirations, and for me, it could not have been better. On the last day of camp, it was a quick walk around the lake and into the buses home, organised with military precision and without a hiccup. Well, except Mr. Lorenz was sitting enjoying a coffee in the sun with the one student we nearly left behind. Since writing this, we all realise now that that student, Curtis Joyce, loves being the centre of attention. It was back to school on the Tuesday and into the job. A long queue outside my office. My timetable is wrong. Okay, well, we'll fix this in a couple of periods, I thought. Well, 6 weeks later, I had not had a spare period as I was still managing all the changes. I particularly enjoyed the boys who were working out which subjects their friends were in and coming up with original ideas as to why they suddenly wanted to become historians or scientists. They used complex mathematical computations and communication and reasoning skills to manipulate the system. Me, then Mr. Riseborough, then their dean, then back to me, until, you know, we got so fed up with you that we just moved you anyway. Once you were settled into your timetables and work patterns and the new silver beat prefect badges were selected and given out, the student groups set about reaching their goals and setting new records. This year, new heights have been reached in the arts. What an amazing job Simone Cooper and Richard Wills have done in putting the arts front and centre this year. There have been so many achievements in the arts this year, too many to mention. But the highlight for me was the school production of Grease. Finally, a musical production that I could sing along to. All of those catchy songs being #1 hits when I was at school just a few years ago. At that time, it caused quite a stir. Underage sex, teenage pregnancies, bad language. It was all a long way outside our parents' comfort zones. Times have changed a little bit. As students, we did not know what all the fuss was about. It was just like school. We all wanted to look like John Travolta and end up with a girlfriend like Olivia Newton-John. The American theme has been taken to the next level with our leavers jackets. It is great driving to and from school and seeing all the jackets walking up and down the hill. Finally, I have a way of telling India and Caitlin from Mo apart. Well, not really. Special thanks go to Corey, Ruby, Daniel and Emma, the group that worked so hard to design and then organise a leavers jacket that has been a fantastic success and a great piece of memorabilia for us all. And here we are today, celebrating the successful conclusion of the year with you, the graduating students. It is a sad day for many of us. We have mixed emotions. We are sad to see you go, but also happy to have completed our job in preparing you to leave. However, a word of caution. It seems like the end of the year, but you are not quite finished. There is the small matter of externals. You have one last big push ahead of you, and you cannot relax just yet. And as I reflect on my experiences and what now faces you as students in the 21st century, life has changed significantly from when I was at school. It used to be that a good academic record at school would see you into university, paid for by the government, and then you leave with a degree and practically a guarantee of a job, a career, a fast track to success. Today, a good school education is a stepping stone. Degrees are no longer free and certainly no guarantee of any success. To be successful, you need to demonstrate other key competencies. Strong teamwork, a dedicated work ethic, clarity in communications, the ability to empathise and to lead. Graduates of Year 13, you possess these skills. Being here today proves it. You are the future leaders of tomorrow. We wish you all the best for your future endeavours. We hope you find a dream job, a vocation that you love, and you earn an extremely high salary. Remember, when you pay your tax bill each year, at least some of that money is helping us, your grey-haired teachers, in their retirement. Think of us then, and if you should look back at Massey High School as a defining moment in your lives, then we're all delighted to have helped. My final thanks of the year will go to Daniel and Emma, Broden and Anna, our school leaders this year. I think they have done a wonderful job representing the school and you, the students. So good luck in your exams, best wishes for the future, and rest assured, I will miss you all.
Thank you, Mr. Scott. Good morning, parents and students. My name is Broden Nucky and I am pleased to be one of your MCs for today's graduation. Now I would like to invite up our principal, Mr. Ritchie, to speak to you.
Kia ora tātou and welcome to the 2012 graduation for Year 13. Special welcome to the parents that are here today. I'd also like to welcome our head boy of 2008, Alex Walker, and I recall vividly his characterisation of Fagin and Oliver was absolutely outstanding. Great to have you back here, Alex. And to staff and of course Year 13 students. Now students will be thinking, after 5 years of listening to my dreary monologues in assembly, you've got me again today. Well, I'm not going to go on much, but I would like to congratulate you for reaching 2 of my 4 golden rules. And of course, if you can remember them, the first one was to come to school every day. Well, you've got at least 90% of that for this year, so well done. The second was to stay and complete Year 13. And you've done that. Fantastic. But the other 2 are yet to come. The third one was to get the highest qualifications that you can. And of course, externals are just round the corner. I want to wish you well for your externals. And the fourth one was to keep learning. Never stop when you leave school. It's not all over, it's the beginning of the rest of your lives. I would like to thank you for your contribution to Massey High School over the last 5 years. I would like to acknowledge your deans and your form teachers for guiding you through, and all your teachers, and Mr. Scott for looking after you this year. Some of you have heard about me talking about the deck of cards, but many may not, and I think it's a good ready reckoner to help you go through the rest of your life. If you look at the suits of cards, The hearts represents relationships. The relationships that you have with your family, the relationships you have with your friends, the relationships you might have in your workplace, and so the list goes on. The clubs refers to the organisations to which you belong. Everybody has to belong. At this point in time, you belong to Year 13 Massey High School. And judging by what we've seen, some of you don't want that to finish, but it will. But you must belong. The third are the diamonds, and the diamonds represent wealth or resources, which in this context is your education, because that gives you the passport to the rest of your life, your education. And finally, the spades. Obviously, the spade, hard work. As Arnold Schwarzenegger said, I think it was him that said, you cannot climb the ladder of success with your hands in your pockets. Okay, you have to work. So well done to each and every one of you. Finally for me, another quote from an American called Joe Plummery, who is a very successful businessman and philanthropist. And because it is the IT world, he reminds us that you can Google for an answer to a question. And you can Google for a partner, for a mate. And you can Google for a career. But you cannot Google to find the passion in your heart, and put it in our context, to make you seek the heights. And that is what you need. So thank you again for everything that you've done. I wish you well, and congratulations on your graduation. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ritchie, for your words. We will now begin the presentation of the certificates. Students, when your form class is called, please all move up over to the side of the auditorium and line up in alphabetical order. You will be called up in small groups of 4 or 5 students, and we will applaud each group together. After we have presented certificates to the first 3 schools, we will have an address from Alex Walker from the class of 2008, and before we complete the presentation of certificates. Now I would like to ask the Deans of Anawhata School to present the certificates.
Package in 13AHK will be going first. So 13AHK, if you could make your way to the side there. Eliza. We'll hold our applause until they're lined up on the stage here. Thank you. Fahim Ganshi. Taylor Gibbs. Sean Hart. James Josias. Benjamin Shah Mohammed Deep. Yui Sawnwest. Aniesi Vave. And Subit Young. Miss Sultana and 13 AHU. Taylor Hick. Tamatoa O'Brien. Paula Sietu. Paris Smith. Bernadette Stevens. Ebenezer Taffa. Deko Wasami. And John Cameron Witchman. Miss Moore and 13 AME. Courtney Bennell. Sean Chalice. Sandra Deli. Tuiteva Fuit Marsh. Caitlin Fremo. Taylor Gilliand. Connor Hughes. And Sarah Jarrett. Curtis Joyce. Megan Lee. Alexandra McCall. Corey McCallum. Mason McQuinn Taylor. Natalia Nemaya. Chase Olson. And Claudia Page. Olive Ryder. Kuna Santhrasegaran. Sam Smith, Emma Staincliffe, Dan Thomas, Ashley Tree, Cole Tremaine, and Charity Tulia. And Miss Craig and 13KGG. Roya Al-Kamil, Morteza Atai, John Perezo, Holly Skiffington, Irene Way, Tori Lee Whiteman, and Samuel Williams. Mr. Beach and 13KHA. And Mrs. Hayward, are you joining? Yes. David Arm. Merrick Billington, Simone Cooper, Emma Danjan, Daniel Garelja, Benjamin Geddy, Samuel Gomez, and Jardine Green. Daniel Gu, Leah Hartland, Michaela Holman, Hong. Lin Sung Huang. Mi Ju Kin. Broden Nucky. And June Lee. Caitlin Mears. Fardosa Mohammed. Niklesh Naika. Laura Newman-Watt. Louis Orr. Sophie Preble. Troy Ross. And Anadil Samin. William Silk. Caleb Vautier. Nicholas von Arsen. Jessica Walden. Richard Wills. Amy Yates. And Anna Zan. So 13 KLE, please. Kelsey Lee Broadbent. Ian Chapman. John Crow. DJ Aliba. Marie Epskamp. Cypress McDonald.
Go Cypress!
Sayalavai,
Good, hands full.
and Phoebe Way. We have the Murawai Deans, and could the Murawai class just move along the row so that the others can sit down, please? MMT and Mrs. McDermott, please. Corey Atkins. Seymour Brown Masters. Christopher Johnston. Miriama Lavisi. Lovely jacket. Celafina Levay. Tautofi Leleseo.
Hello, Toffee.
Wei Louis. Wairiri O'Brien. And Connor Pocker and Leah Tima. Thank you. Miss Scar for 13 MSF, please. Tehepa Bulugam.
Kia ora, Pa.
Fern Harper, who's not here. Ashley Hickey. And Wiramu Taitin. Miss Swan in 13 MSN. Grace Blundell. Caitlin Boyd. Sean Broad. Joshua Brunton. Stephen Charlton. Jeffrey Chen. And Matthew Clepson. Lawrence Cowan, Hayley Edwards, Scott Farley, Lily Forsyth, Kanese Fuamana, Mortimer Evan. Melody Cassandra Ivan, Tomoko Kanishi, Tilo Lagos, Nicholas Lee, Malika McMillan, Lisa Matson. Nathan McNall, Anna Mullen, Hayley Murray, Rubiso, and Renee Parson. Alaya Ali, Stephanie Harmon, Jordana Harwood, Sasha Johnston, Connor Oates, Annalise Prong, Bonjour. Submissing. Patrick Sabritsky. Rhiannon White.
Thank you, Mr. Scott and the Deans. It is my pleasure now to introduce our guest speaker, Alex Walker, who was our head boy prefect in 2008 when we were in Year 9. Alex had a lead in 4 school productions, including Bugsy and Bugsy Malone and Fagin and Oliver. He performed in the Shayla Wynne Shakespeare Festival and directed his Year 13 drama class play. Outside of drama, Alex was a school counsellor, a Tahinga senator, and a peer supporter. Since leaving Massey, he has been studying at Unitec, where he graduated last year with a Bachelor of Performing Arts and Screen Arts, majoring in acting for screen and theatre. He has since appeared on stage with the likes of Robin Malcolm, Errol Shand, Lewis Wallace, and Elizabeth Hawthorne, and has performed in various venues all over Auckland. He also works as a teacher aide for young boys with autism. It is a pleasure to welcome back Alex to Massey High School, and I invite him now to address you.
First of all, while I take the time to just quickly adjust this mic stand, I'd like everyone on the count of 3 to just take a really deep breath in through their nose and out through their mouth. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. I was feel better after that. Okay. Good morning, Year 13. It's really not looking good for you at this stage. I can't remember my name about 30 seconds after I was said on stage. I just don't know how you're going to cope next year, guys. Well, for those of you who don't know me or weren't listening, my name is Alex Walker, and I was a Massey High School student from 2004 to 2008. In my final year, I was head boy, and of course, that same year, you were all starting off as Year 9s. Hence the significance of my being here and speaking to you today, which I think is pretty cool. Firstly, though, I'm going to ask a few questions just out of my own curiosity. Put your hand up if you are going to university next year. Awesome. Fantastic. Anyone working next year? Anyone, put your hand up if you're working, lined up a job maybe, just to save for uni. Okay, a few people, cool. Who's decided to take a gap year next year? Anyone? Good on you too. Fantastic. Who's really not sure what they want to do or what they're doing next year? Okay, you know what? That's totally fine. In fact, it's great because for you guys now, it's all about self-discovery. Oh yeah. My Year 13, it was an intriguing year for me, firstly because I encountered a lot of different student attitudes. Some people were like, oh, I already know what I'm going to do next year and I don't need these credits anyway, so I'm just going to chill out. Other people were like, oh, going to bed early. Are you serious? It's Saturday night? I'll be studying. Duh. Oh my god. Oh my god. My grade point average. Oh my gosh. Other people were like, Year 13, yeah, leaving school at lunchtime. Woo! Some people really enjoyed it. But Year 13 was also interesting in that suddenly everyone's paths and possibilities seemed to have just been blown wide open. Some people had plans completely set in stone right from term 1, and others simply had no idea. Some people were going up to uni or polytech, some people had jobs lined up, some were going overseas, some were planning on doing nothing at all. There were those people who had planned their future career since Year 9, and then there were those who were tossing up until the last minute and who, out of anxiety, social pressure, or pressure from parents, hastily enrolled in tertiary courses which they probably ended up hating, subsequently failing, and eventually quitting. So, if there is something I want this speech to accomplish, It is to help you to get inspired and to prevent you from potentially wasting thousands of dollars on qualifications which may not be the ones you really want. And that, of course, is the key factor here. The question is, what do you want to do with your life? Not how much money do I want to make, or how difficult will this be, or will this career involve wearing expensive business attire and looking really attractive? No. This is about what you enjoy doing. I need only refer to the people sitting next to me as an example, although some of you are indeed wearing expensive business attire and looking rather attractive, but that's not the point. The point is that they aren't here because it's easy, and they aren't here for the money. They're here for the most part because they take pleasure in their work. And let me tell you, if you don't enjoy what you choose to do, then no amount of money or any other form of reward will ever be able to mask that simple fact from you and from those around you. Likewise, if you found a profession you absolutely cannot do without, something you truly love doing, then perhaps matters such as wealth, social standing, and material possessions will suddenly become not so important anymore. I was an unusual Year 9 student. Unusual because I'd known since the age of 10 the exact line of work I wanted to be in. I knew without any doubts that I wanted to be an actor. I'm not sure that many people knew what they would end up doing for a career when they were 10. So I went all the way through the high school years with that goal unchanging. By year 13, I'd stripped from my timetable the sciences, maths, and computer subjects that I had previously taken and slowly replaced them with subjects like media studies, classics, and music, all to try and support that life goal of mine. I guess it was worth it. I enjoyed the subjects, I learned a lot, and I eventually managed to make it into a 3-year theatre and screen acting degree that accepts only 20 students a year. That course changed my life. It was the right place at the right time. It opened my mind, changed who I was, I met some incredible people, I worked on some incredible plays and films. I graduated at the end of last year with a Bachelor of Performing and Screen Arts in Acting for Screen and Theatre. And then I did something stupid. I had discovered that there existed a graduate diploma in teaching which could be completed in 1 year if the student already had an appropriate degree. During my time at Unitec, I had done a little teaching work here and there, and so I thought, hey, why not? It's only 1 more year, and I need a backup for myself anyway. So, I went off to teaching college. About 3 months in, I was sitting in a lecture one Friday afternoon, and something dawned on me. I had this unnerving feeling of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Now, it may have been slightly impulsive to go off to teaching college, but it wasn't stupid. The stupid thing I did was to ignore what was essentially 10 years of wanting to be an actor. In the back of my mind, I'd lost confidence in myself. I'd lost the energy and drive that told me I could make my chosen career work. And I told myself I needed a backup career, just to be safe. But that mindset can be distracting, even destructive, because it encourages you to think you're not quite good enough to achieve guaranteed success in your preferred field. In my opinion, a backup career is a cop-out. It allows you a safety net, something to protect you from the ramifications of failure and even to make you comfortable with failure. Hey, it's okay if I don't become A, because at least I'll have B, and I could settle for that. Why? Why not go for what you want 100%? This is your life, and you've only got one. These were the thoughts that I was having on that Friday afternoon in that lecture. And so I quit. I dropped everything, didn't hand in my assignments, withdrew from my courses, and didn't turn up on Monday. I didn't care because I was too excited. I made a big life decision, and I knew that it was one of those life-changing ones. Why am I telling you all this? Because there's no point in making decisions if you don't know whether they're the right ones. If you're not sure of what to do next year, even if you think you are, but aren't 110%, then consider taking a gap year, or taking some time to figure yourself out. After all, you've been in school since you were 5 years old. For some of you, it may just be time for a break, and perhaps a little self-assessment, a little reflection, a few fresh experiences, and perhaps some fresh faces. Don't let people tell you that in a gap year you'll become sidetracked. If there's anything that will wake you up to new possibilities, it is a break. A new experience, a new country, a new job, a new lifestyle, or new people. You've only got one life. Of course, your life right now is probably being dominated by exams. Put your best efforts into your study, but remember that making adequate time for yourself is just as important. Be bold, be brave, decide what you want, and then make it happen with everything you've got. Finally, keep in touch with your friends. I know it seems obvious, but we take our dearest friends for granted at high school, and sometimes the end of school means the end of some friendships. Remember your friends. As for today, it's for you, so relax and enjoy it. All the best for the future.
Maybe take a minute to just readjust. Thank you, Alex, for your truly inspiring speech. We appreciate the time you've given with us today, and we wish you the best for your future on stage. You were and still are a role model for us. We will now continue with the certificates, presentation certificates. I would like to ask the PRDs to assist.
We have Miss Hanson and 13 PHS, please. Hayden Cameron, Alex Carter. Carlos Sayer. Samantha Ethel. Nikita Fahamokoya. Antonina Foreman. Annalise Hollow Nathan. Liana Hughes. Ben Marlow. Alafiti Mateolona. Derek Nanai. Nasra Said. Mimia So. Denise Sayuta. Sing Day title. Ruth Vartow. Chelsea Wallace. Stephanie Watkins. And Samantha Wintour. Klein Banatow. Keith Beattie. Hayden Buchanan. Quan Bui. Camille Sayer. Brandon Chapman. Vincent Clements. Michael Conway. Michael Duplessis. Kuai Chin Huang. Jessica Hunt. Jared Hutchinson. Maya Kake. Jason Kang. Chelsea McDonald. And Dale Woodcock. Kieran McIntyre. Tane Moore. Jessica Pousland. Courtney Rush. Lucas Shaw. Evan Smith. Jamie Tucker. And Phoenix Taku. Matthew Ball. Rose Cashmore. India Frelone. Todor Markov. Cameron Peden. Michael Penswick. Cara Rose Skeens. Stephanie Towns. And Tupo. And Trinity White. And Miss Brown, 13 TLB. TLB. Liz Apisolama,
Shalapi.
Jiwon Choi, Gwen George, Ukebru Kusei, Cody McDonald, Tessa Marwood, Zagayo Rumasamisi Bizimana, Vaitai Sakayo, Leonzima Savary, Jessica Sedgeden, Avinash Sharma, Joan Sinclair,
Here, Jordan.
Janwin Southgate,
Woo!
Jonathan Sophia, Lexi Terrio, and 13 TN movements. Jordan Brown, you definitely give this man a job, wouldn't you? Sean Clough, Diana Costilla, William Emerson, Rakiwa Fakatoa, Zantia Funaki, Elizabeth Apita, Braden Kelly, Pasunti Kuku, Sawan Kumar, Tracy Lata, Tony Potton, and Jashil Reddy. Kelsey Richards, Chantel Shankar, Michaela Shearer, Kate Skipworth, Donna Steiger,
Hey, Donna.
Arbi Tobiwala, and Sarah Jane Williamson. Michael Afamasaga, Nick Avilanaso, neither of you will. Finn Bellingham, Logan Callison, Sophia Foreman, J.K. Harahuru, Sean Hohaya, Jamie Holster, and Liddy John. Brianna Milner, Tiffany O'Brien, Georgia Paxton, Blake Rahman, Emma Revel, Tamara Tielu, Stephanie White, and Guan Yu Ju.
Thank you to Mr. Scott and the Deans, and also Mr. Ritchie. I would now like to call up the one and only June Lee to play the Fazioli for us. Today he is going to play Danzas Argentinas by Alberto Ginastera.
Thank you, June, for that wonderful piano solo. I would now like to ask our head girl for 2012, Emma Danjan, and our head boy for 2012, Daniel Grouger, to address you.
Here we are at the end of yet another year. Not just any year, the end of the 5th year, the 5th and final year of high school. We gather here today to celebrate the graduates of the class of 2012. The work you've put in and the hard yards you've covered over 5 long years have finally paid off. The late night sessions of finishing off assignments, the standing in the rain, waiting for the class to start, and the battles at the tuck shop lines, trying to buy garlic bread that's mostly just bread, are over. You made it, you are here, you have graduated. What a pity, according to the Mayan calendar, the world is about to end. Aside from graduating, each and every student has gotten far more out of this school than just a good attendance record in NCEA. We have memories, like the time Curtis was a little bit naughty. We have friendships that have strengthened over the 5 years. We have leaders' jackets that we cannot move our arms in. And we are ready to face whatever challenges may lie ahead in the real world. We largely owe this to the great group of staff that, including my form teachers, Mr. Beach and Ms. Hayward, who have been the power horses of this team. They've driven us to score the final try in this long-winded match. And we have scored. Not only are we rugby world champions, but we are graduates of Massey High School. The experiences that we have had here at Massey have moulded us into the well-rounded citizens that we are today. In my view, some of the highlights were definitely Year 13 camp and Wider Living Week. I really appreciated Group 6 stealing my clothes and other various items and trying to sell them back to me at the auction on skip night. As for Wider Living Week, nothing can possibly top hiking in the Southern Alps and swimming in an ice-cold lake on top of a mountain. It's times like these that have allowed each and every one of us to make the most of our stay here. We must also look to the great group of people whom we've come through this journey with. It's the people that you sit beside today that have supported you through the good and the bad to get you where you are now. The diverse group of people in our year has allowed each and every individual to find their place at home. Whether your places with the Gats, who haven't left B Block since 2008, or with the rugby boys pretending they're the jocks of the school, I'm sure each and every one of you has made Massey your home. Now that the time has come to leave and we venture into our chosen fields, whether it is a Bachelor of I don't know what I'm doing at the University of Life, or becoming an All Black, we will say with sadness goodbye to the school that has given us so much over the years here. We must firstly thank our parents for getting us here. To our parents, your unconditional love and support has allowed us to develop and reach our full potential, and we thank you greatly for that. To my family, I am also grateful. You got me here, and you've never left my side since the day I stepped through those front gates, so I thank you. For me personally, it's been a great year. From new experiences like dragon boating to waltzing at the ball, I've thoroughly enjoyed every moment. Without the help and guidance of the head staff and their amazing leader, Mr. Ritchie, this job would not have been easy. And of course, Daniel, Anna, Broden, and the entire prefect group, including Lord Scott, I thank you. I thank you for fixing my collar every morning and being such a supportive, loving group. You've made this year enjoyable, and I wish you all the best for the future. And finally, to you, Year 13 students. We've come through this journey with highs and lows along the way. It is an honour to have been your head girl, and I hope you have enjoyed this year as much as I have. But now, as we venture into the next phase of life, we can look back and remember the great times we have had, and we'll remember where we started, right here at Massey High School. Thank you.
My people, class of 2012. It's been a good 5 years. It seems like such a shame that it has to come to an end so abruptly. It really has gone too fast. I look back now and remember my first day as a lonely little Year 9, following around 2 strangers who I now know as Nicolesh, who also turned out to be my first friend. Not in my whole life, just here. And Phoenix. I remember following them around the school, hoping that they would lead me to the rest of the Year 9s. Then seeing Phoenix get hit by some bird poo and watching them go crazy and thinking, Lord, what have I gotten myself into?
And now I speak to you here. It's a big moment. The end of something old and the beginning of something new. Massey has done what it can, and now it's our turn to take charge of our life. This is a new beginning. There are so many memories that I've had here that are truly priceless. The school ball, the athletics days, periods with relievers, most periods without relievers, lunchtimes, rugby, fencing, meeting the now first 15 rugby team in year 9 and 10 cricket, David Marr in assemblies, David Marr not in assemblies, and so many more. I can say that these have been the best times of my life, and I don't think that there will be another 5 years in a row that will beat these. Massey has helped us form us into the young adults that we are today, and a special mention must go out to all those who have helped us grow into such people. To Mr. Scott, aka Lord Scott, your support and sense of humour have made this year fun and relatively smooth. To Mr. Beach and Miss Hayward, and to all our form teachers, thank you for everything. And to my lovely parents, thank you for putting up with me and supporting me all through this year. I know it must have gotten pretty annoying, but I really do appreciate everything you have done for me, even if I don't show it. There are also 3 other men that must be mentioned. They are inspirations. The effort they put in and the joy that they bring to their students is unsurpassed. These men have become my friends, mentors, and even so much as part of the wider family, if Mum and Dad agrees. Those who have been so privileged to know them would understand why they deserve such praise. These men, my brothers, Mr. TP and Mr. Flyger, and my uncle, Mr. Loretz, are truly incredible. And to you guys sitting here now, you make this school what it is. The friendships created here and strengthened here should be treasured. Over these 5 years, I have met some great people that I hope that I will have the pleasure of walking down life's path with. Now, let's forget about being humble just for a second, but we're pretty much the best year to come through Massey so far. Am I right? Mr. Ritchie, am I right? Yeah. Our academic results and sports results are some of the few things that prove me right. But as we sit here, we must not forget that there are millions of other students around the world just like us. They're sitting in their graduation ceremonies, possibly part of the best year of their school, primed and ready to take on the world. They have hopes and dreams, I have no doubt about it, but Massey has given us the skills to be better. Life is what you make of it. You've done the work. Now it's time to reap the rewards that we've earned. Thank you.
No matter how many credits we've gained, no one knows how life will test us. So I'm asking myself how remembering quotes for an English essay is going to help me survive that big, bad world. Shakespeare apparently imparts wisdom on us. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have the entrances and exits. My grand entrance in Year 9 was an excruciating experience. Not only was my education now more than a kilometre away, I had to catch an unpredictable bus. The opening scene to my Massey High School years is vivid in my memory. I never experienced a more excruciating silence than when I walked into the late to Jacadam Gym, wherever that was, little knowing that I was interrupting the speech of the single most important man here. It was a quick realisation for me that being late to anything is neither fashionable nor avoidable, sprinting from music to science block. Fast forward a few years, we are already at our exit. Without doubt, landing a lead role as your deputy head girl 2012 has been the greatest honour for me, knowing that I am honoured by you too, my peers. 5 years staring at our school crest in assembly has taught me to strive not only to succeed for myself, but to hope that one day I can be of value to others too. It's at the core of our motto, seek the heights. I sometimes think there's a conspiracy around our motto. It was established in 1969, the year humankind reached our greatest heights. No longer shall we aim for the moon. The sky is in fact not our limit. Aim for Mars, Saturn, Jupiter, even Pluto, because these are our unconquered heights. I for one never expected to steer a ship, dance Bollywood style in front of our whole school. Or watch our Wine Living Week group freeze themselves in alpine lakes because I was the only sane one not to. There are infinite opportunities for you if you decide to throw yourself into that scary spotlight. We're urged to try every opportunity which shines our way for the glory, ignorant of all the hard work which comes along with it. And boy, have we put in those long hours to get here today. But there's more people to thank than just ourselves. To generalise is to be too vague, but to be too specific is to exclude too many. Yeah, I'll take the rest to decide my disproportionate thank yous. Every week I'm inspired by my frontman, Mr. Ritchie, regardless of what he thinks, and the dedicated senior management team. In particular, I'd like to mention Mrs. Evans for her wealth of knowledge and her genuine love of teaching. That Shakespeare quote was for you. Every day they surpass the conditions of their job to realise the untapped talent among us. The next honourable mention goes to you too, Mrs. Scott. Your praise, that's not a word, your praise, yeah, advice, encouragement, and hot pink cheer will never be forgotten. My biggest thanks, though, is to all my commendable peers being acknowledged today. I must mention Broden. We've been competing ever since we were 6. So next year will be a huge change without you challenging me to better myself. What I am sure of is this. We have monumental memories here at Massey High School, which none of us will ever forget. I'm so proud to have been on the same seat as you. As the curtains draw to a close on us, I'm remembered of the cycle mentioned by Shakespeare before. In the junior years, we were sitting in the audience. In our senior years, we played the main actors. So maybe in the future, we will find ourselves in the same position backstage as our parents, our teachers, and our community figures, pushing others on to high achievements. While it seems like we are only 1 year out of the past 43, with many more to come, trust me when I say that we're one tough act to follow.
I've got some praises of my own. At the ripe old age of 5, I decided I wanted to be an astronaut. At 8, an All Black. 12, an architect. And now I find myself heading off to AUT to try and become a television journalist, a presenter. And that's the funny thing. Throughout life, we constantly set new goals, dreams, and ambitions. They change and grow as much as we do. Our path in life winds and turns and twists and loops, and we never truly know what tomorrow holds. Upon entering high school, I had no idea I would be standing here today, doing my farewell speech as the deputy head boy. But through goals and opportunities, here I stand. I guess that's what I want to highlight. We all have different paths in our near future. Whether they cross again, we won't know until that day. But what we have now, what we have had these past 5 years here at Massey High School, is something that has defined us and changed our paths forever. I've been very lucky in the fact that my 5 years here have been enjoyable, as I have always had a vibrant form class to go to every morning, with 2 form teachers who cared and looked out for me in KHA. So my first thank you goes to Miss Hayward, and also Mr. Beach. Miss Hayward was always a bit of a mother hen. She constantly made sure we were fine, checking school uniform, fixing attendance, checking school uniform, telling me to shave, checking school uniform. You get the idea. However, I can honestly say that we as a form wouldn't be anywhere near successful if it wasn't for you and your efforts. Thank you, Miss Hayward, for putting me on the right path. Massey High School has always been a place of opportunity. The opportunities are always there to take detours in your path to success and gain new skills and memories to take with you. None of this would be possible without all the hard-working teachers, coaches, and staff who make it all possible. So my second thank you goes to you. Thank you for giving up your time week in and week out so that we students can succeed inside and outside of the classroom, as Massey High School students always do. Thank you for those opportunities. And thank you to those who made my path fulfilling and exciting. We as students, though, would have none of those opportunities we have had these past 5 years, however, without the love, support, and care of our parents and caregivers. All the greatness and honours that we as students and as a year level have had these past 5 years has been made possible because of your support and your motivation. So thanks goes to you too. To my father, my mother, my rock and my son. Thank you for all your love and support, not only these past 5 years, but for the 17 years. This path would have no foundation without you too. I also feel I must extend a thanks to a man who continues to improve the school and make it the great place that it is today, Mr. Ritchie. The work you have done in your years as principal to improve this school, to improve our education, and to improve the experience of Massey High School will never go unnoticed. Thank you also for giving me this amazing opportunity to be the Deputy Head Boy for this incredible year level. It has been an honour and a privilege I have enjoyed every second. Finally, I wish to thank you, the class of 2012. Thank you for every memory you have given me, for pushing me to do the bungee on Wider Living Week, for being there to cheer me on during numerous school productions, for celebrating our final year with camp, with friends, and with unity. Thank you for also always pushing each other to excel. We are, as Dr. Smith has reminded us, the most successful year level academically in the history of Massey High School. We didn't get there without helping each other and taking the time and efforts to truly reach our potential. Thank you for each and every day you made me smile, laugh, and enjoy this high school even more. So to my friends, my form class, my teammates, classmates, the class of 2012, thank you for walking along this path with me. Also, on behalf of all the students of the class of 2012, I'd like to thank Ms. Evans. Your work and effort over the years at Massey High School was also something that was never going unnoticed. We wish you all the best with your retirement and hope you have a fantastic life. Thank you.
Thank you to the head prefects. As usual, your words have deep meaning to us all, and your confidence in delivery is quite exceptional for people so young. I also want to thank all the gold and silver badge prefects, and all of you, the graduating Year 13 students, for a wonderful and memorable year. We are about to conclude the ceremony. After the official party leaves, please can you all join us for a morning tea in the foyer to celebrate. The recessional piece, Pastrami on Rye by Lenny Niehaus, will be played by our famous and Skuxy saxophonists. Can the graduation students and families please stand whilst the recession begins?